Good day, everybody. Sebastian Kane's back with you with another DragonHeir's presentation. Today we are tackling the Grave of Rot, because if you are at the stage of Journal Trial 15, you will have to clear this 8 times at a stage 4 and above. And I think that this strategy could help you if you have the specific champion that I'm going to be using for this dungeon, or maybe even later if you decide to pull her, because this strategy for me worked in the higher levels during the beta run. What we are looking for here in the Grave of Rot is that we are going to be hunting down for these gear sets that have accuracy once you convert them into a 2-piece chest. To be honest, I just try to invest the least amount of energy that I have to for this in this dungeon until I get into the legendary stages, because the one that I want the most is the one that has the accuracy and skill haste on it. And then for arena, if you want to get really cheeky, you can come in here and get the one with accuracy resistance and then the chance to stun your opponent. So that's where that comes in handy, but I'm just coming for the accuracy with skill haste as legendary. So that's essentially what the one that I want. Since we are at this stage of the game, I'm going to show you here how to do it on 6, and then as you start improving your gear, then you can come and you start improving your heroes. You can then change the methodology. But the one that I have right now, the epic that I'm going to suggest that you use here if you have her is Thia. Is a necrotic epic support champion that we have in the game. Right now, I just built her for survivability. That's why you see a lot of the Grave of Curse sets on her that give her HP and defense. And she has a lot of HP, she has some defense, but the major stat that I'm going for here is accuracy. I only give her about 100 because she has an aura that will give accuracy to our allies of 50. So she has enough accuracy here for this stage of the game, since this with level 125 boss, she only has 80 resistance. That's enough to compensate for that. What are 2 of the heroes here that you could use for this? I am using my Adventurer and the Frost as a Frost affinity, and then I'm using Hexandra, which is the healer that we all get with her. Let's see here, I have the mirror artifact, but I have survival pieces on it, and since I was farming the dungeon, I give her a couple of pieces that have the resistance on them, so she has a little bit of resistance for that. And then put your nuker in here, whoever that nuker is, just somebody that will chop this guy down, and then you can place him here and he can take care of the boss. I did set up a skill editing skill timing here for this. The only real change has been that she has about 9 seconds for her initial charge. I delayed that to 16.5, and then the first hit for Oster I delayed to 17, so it comes with her placing the defense down. And then I just told her that at 16 to use it for her, because we are going to be competing and trying to set our timings here, since the boss will apply he does apply, where is it, not the poison here, recharge speed penalty. So he is going to slow us down if we don't have the resistance necessary, but our adventure in the Frost affinity can play speed penalty down, so it kind of balances both out eventually during the battle. But what I want her to do, Thia, is to place that heal reduction on the boss, so when he does the chewing, he doesn't heal as fast, and at the same time she applies debuff immunity. Okay, so when she applies this debuff immunity on the allies, the whole team, this boss will not be able to hit us with all his poisons. So let me run it here. And this is kind of those extended battles, especially if you're just beginning to try to tackle this content. So we're not looking here to just blast it through like you see all these other pairings with legendaries. So if you have the roster, you can certainly apply this, especially if you have Thia for this. Alright, so there's the initial blast. I'm not too concerned yet. So Hexandra is healing. So Thia here, debuff immunity with the heal reduction. Our tank is getting chewed. The boss is not getting healed. And our tank is doing a good job trying to survive this. So by this stage here, it kind of has balanced things out, because we did not get the heal reduction on us, and we didn't get the poison on us, which is really what kills you in this dungeon, are the poisons. The adventurer's shield comes in handy as well.
Worry not, I am here.
So there's Hexandra. If you can, you can try to work Hexandra's heal to also so she uses her ultimate when the tank comes out. But since I have not noticed any discrepancies on the tank's ability to sustain this, I have not really adjusted that. I was focusing more on trying to get the timing down for Thia against the boss in this strategy here. So here things kind of fell out of skewed a little bit, but the major point here is as long as she applies that heal the debuff immunity on us before the boss does his move, applying poisons, we should be fine. I also found that the trying to space everybody out helps a lot, so you don't get a whole splash damage, or if you put everybody together, they tend to die a little bit faster than you would if you just place them apart. So I think in this setup, I might actually tinker around a little bit more. Well, as long as I keep progressing to the higher stages, we'll keep tinkering with trying to make sure that the timings are correct. But just keep an eye on her, making sure that she does her heal reduction and her debuff immunity right before that blast, and that's the key there. You don't want those poisons being applied on you. And of course, as we get better gear, we'll be able to clear this out a lot faster. So that's kind of the strategy that I'm using for this right now, just to at least get us to the epic gear, and then I'm going to try to push for the legendary here gear, but most of my energy right now is going to be focused on Venom. So again, let me go back here to the deploy just to show you the quick stats on Thia. Just make sure she has a lot of HP to survive the battle. She has enough accuracy. She does have a little bit of skill haste that comes from this rune, so that's at 6. So that might, depending how much skill haste you have on it, you can then work on the timing of when to activate that skill. And just make sure your tank survives as much as it can. Furbeth can do the job here if you have your epic. Horus can do it as well. Just make sure that you add resistance to him. He has also the recovery over time, so he can help you in that regard. And then just make sure that you get the elemental affinity so you can get the extra stats. And as we keep upgrading, we're also going to get accuracy and resistance stats. Here's my adventurer. He has about 30,000 HP, so that was enough to at least carry him over. And just make sure that you give him enough attack, because the size of the shield does depend on the amount of attack on him. And your damage dealer, just make sure he has enough crit rate and attack to get you the damage that you need to clear this. And that's pretty much in the strategy of here. I did use the defense down penalty for her to give me that extra accuracy here. If by any chance you do not have her fully skilled up, so this is 100%. I don't know how many epics you may have had at this choice, but if you want to invest on trying to get this dungeon clear and use this strategy, there is an artifact. Let me see if I can go here. For the necrotic people, it's not the best one, but you can use it if you want, where the ultimates are given an additional percentage to land the debuff on the ultimate, so you can get that extra chance to apply the heal reduction from that artifact right there for the necrotic champions. And the name of it is the Orb of Oblivion. But unless, you know, if you're not spending on this game, the first one that was suggested in the first 2 backpack that you get is the Crown of the Unclean, and then you can try to clear that content with defense down, and just it helps you speed things up along a lot faster if you use that. So that was pretty much it for this video with the Grave of Rot. If you have any questions, please post them down below. I will get to them as soon as I can, and until next time, I will see you all in another DragonHeir Silent Gods video.
Not.